is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. Jack, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm blessed, brother. Can't complain.
Yeah. Andre.
I mean, I'm in a good mood. No major problems here for me.
Yeah. So tonight, just want to keep it like no bad energy, just some good old fashioned positive gaming energy. So, what y'all been playing, man? Jack, start with you.
So, I've been going heavy into Dust Fade. I just released on the 13th. It was that game that was kind of advertised as a Kingdom Hearts, Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank type game. Having fun with it so far. I will say my differences between when I played it on PC versus Switch, I think they might need to go and do like a few updates on the Switch side of it, because the developer mentioned like, hey, they were able to get 60 in dock, 40 in handheld, but it's the frame pacing in certain areas are kind of bad. So I think, with this being an indie studio, it's just a matter of cleaning it up, going around doing some updates, and I'm pretty sure it'll get there. But all in all, super fun game, super amazing game. Finished Splatoon Raiders, which means I haven't finished Splatoon Raiders because it's a lot of post game that is ridiculous. It's almost like okay, I don't want to do the highest rating in the game, like if you don't want to do the highest difficulty, but once you finish the game, you have no choice. Like everything is the highest difficulty after you finish the game, so you really just have no choice whatsoever but to do it. But that game is addictive. It is ridiculously addictive. It makes it very hard to go back to Splatoon 3, like very hard to go back, because this game is getting your layout set up, your gadgets and your weapon of choice, and just figuring out certain routes and paths and how you can defeat certain hordes. Like it just works. Like this game definitely works for sure. But outside of that, I think I've dabbled in this game I have called Go-Go Town. I may have to start over because I have one task I have to do that just won't work, which is a simple task of giving somebody a high five. But essentially, it's like a town building game, and essentially you're doing everything yourself until you start unlocking like automation to where like you can hire people to run this shop and hire somebody to collect equipment for the shops and do all this other stuff. But it's a town builder, which is pretty cool, and to me it's a little bit more digestible than Pocopia because Pocopia is crack, and this one might just be cigarettes. So it's like, all right, cool. You can, I can deal with this one. So all in all, that's pretty much what I've been playing. And then also Lego Party. They finally did the Switch 2 update for it, and it was a free update, and bought it immediately because that's all I was waiting for was a Switch 2 update. Okay. It ran okay on the Switch originally, and then also I tried it on Netflix, and Netflix it ran horrible on Netflix. And then also just having the simple fact of trying to control it with your phone is also a problem too. So now that they have this update, bought it immediately. Me and the kids played it, had a blast. And I honestly, there's a lot of games that are starting to rival a lot of Nintendo's heavy hitters. Like Animal Crossing has been, to me, trumped by Pocopia. Along with some other games you have where this game now is getting ready. Well, Lego Party is trumping Mario Party to me. Like I love Mario Party, but Lego Party to me just figured it out and doubled it up. So now they have to figure out something different to do with Mario Party because Lego Party is awesome, it's funny, and that's the key thing too because the commentary is amazing. Like it's hilarious. So I think that's one thing with Mario Party. You just have Toad just making that crazy noise and you reading to where they have actual commentary on what you're doing. So. But yeah, those are the games I've been playing so far.
All right. Andre, what about you?
Honestly, for me, this week has been really one game, and that's been RoboCop Rogue City. And I have just been playing that. I mean, I haven't played it much, but that's about the only game I've played this week. And hey, it's fun to walk through a place and blow people's heads off as RoboCop. So there's not a whole lot to say.
Yeah, I have to try that game again. Last time I played it was on a Steam Deck, and that was a horrible experience. So
no. You need a decent, at least low mid tier PC, and Steam Deck ain't gonna do it.
No, trust me. I got a beefy one now. Pause, so I can definitely like.
Yeah, I think about the only problem you might have is the glitch where the skin drags into the teeth. Because it's a physics engine issue. Like when you see characters talking, it look like they got something stuck in their teeth.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's just their lip skin pulling into the teeth.
What in the world?
What no Paul Verhoeven? What no Paul Verhoeven is this?
I can't remember how I fixed it. I think it was if I remember correctly, I think it was just like to lower the frame rate, because if it's moving too fast, it causes the issue. So if it plays pretty decent at 60 frames anyway, but I was just like, just in case, if you get playing, it was irritating the hell out of me when I see characters talking in dialogue and you just see like dude, you got like brown broccoli stuck in your teeth.
That's interesting.
It didn't happen all the time, but it was like, if there's like a central point to a map, it kind of like the geometry felt like it seemed like it was trying to pull back to that point, and that's when it happened. Okay. And then I looked it up. I was like, yeah, no, I'm fixing this, because I can't look at them where their skin is like on their teeth. It's just getting annoying to me.
I mean, to be fair, RoboCop 1 did have a dude that got hit by that acid in.
True.
That's true.
Just saying.
I will highlight one point to the game that is my favorite point, and that is when you have the shooting competitions against other police officers, which would be either the police force itself, or when they have the large, I can't keep forgetting the name of the daggone robots, the ones that walk around with the Gatling guns on both sides.
The ED 209.
Yeah. Yeah, because those competitions are fun, especially when you actually beat that big motherfucker with the big ass. I'm like, you walking around with Gatling guns, and I done popped more people than you. That's no big problem.
But ED was slow, so ED 209 was slow. So.
It was slow, but it's got Gatling guns and rockets.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Me, all I've been playing is Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Okay.
They did fix the core thing, the gacha system. They fixed it, because it's like, dude, I'm pulling way more rares than I ever did the first time.
Yeah, but I saw your first 2 drops you did.
Yeah. So still ain't got Cosmos, but
that don't seem to be happening, my boy.
Yeah, that don't seem to be happening. And I played Lord of the Rings War in the North, that Shadow drop, because I never got to play it when it originally released. I'm actually enjoying it once I figured out the gameplay for it. It's one of those things where, y'all remember when we used to get manuals?
Yeah. I remember that.
I'll just leave it at that. Because it took a minute for me to get the hang of how the gameplay was supposed to go. But once I got it down, I'm enjoying myself. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
So I am enjoying it. I'm not saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, but it's I'm having fun with it.
It's good for its price.
For its price,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't paying 60 for that. You ain't paying 50 for that. You ain't paying 40 for that. You ain't paying 40 for that. Hell no. So yeah, and I've been and I also put some time in on Halo Campaign Evolved and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. So yeah, I need to go on and finish those out. I need to finish out Grand Blue Fantasy and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I do need to finish those, so I'll probably just like band down the hatches and just put some time into both of those so I can go on and knock them on out. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Everybody, leave what y'all been playing in the chat like you've been doing, and we'll see what y'all been up to gaming wise. So before we are going to talk about the Wolverine situation, but we'll say that for the end. But I was going back thinking because have y'all heard of Analog 3D, the thing for this.
The thing I would never pay for. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get one, but
I can't do it, man. I can't.
They did release a while back like the different colors for it, and it got me thinking. I'm like, they stopped doing that.
Yep.
And I'm starting to think like, because ever since, and I'm not trying to blame Microsoft for this. I'm just saying this is when I noticed this happened. When they came in, that's when the suits came in. That's when you start getting like the main investors and all these people that don't really game, that pretty much would call you childish for playing video games. That's when they started to come into the industry and start basically saying, "Oh, y'all, Fortnite was lightning in a bottle. Yeah, put that in Halo." But there's no reason to put that in Halo. I ain't asked you all that. Right. I said put that in Halo. Stuff like that. Like that's why we got roguelites, because Rogue was a game and it was lightning in a bottle. People liked it, and then now you got roguelites every 2 weeks. Like every 2 weeks it seems. Souls. People claimed. I'm gonna say this like this. People claimed to like Souls. They didn't like that first. They didn't. Game. No, they didn't. They did not. But people claimed to like Souls, and now we got Souls likes. So that's why we don't. I think that's why we stopped getting the variety and the creativity, because those guys came in like, "Hey, I'm putting in 30, 40, 50 million. You gonna do what the hell I said do?"
Yeah.
And Animal Crossing made money. Why can't we make that?
Why can't you? Because you're not letting people make stuff.
Yeah,
That's why.
That's why. So it got me thinking, like, if they just bring back some of the little stuff that used to happen, like having consoles with multiple color schemes and transparency consoles, like you ain't got to make 80 million of them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why people think you got to make 80 million. You don't have to do that. You just
make them
really
limited.
you just make. I know this ain't a lot, but I'm just going to keep the number small for small sake. Make 10,000 of orange, green, yellow, and black and purple, and put them out like that. Like, that's how you kind of keep stuff creative and fun.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion. Well, I think we got to a point to where there were people that bought multiple consoles without the changes. Really, I think honestly, we got to a point of, I guess some console developers felt like it was pointless to have that many SKUs out at that point, because I think the last one we really had a lot of was 6 or 7 gen.
6 gen, because that was with GameCube and PlayStation. Yeah, they did it, because I think PlayStation had the platinum, the black, the purple,
blue one.
I think it was a blue and a green one. The GameCube had purple, black, platinum, black, burnt orange, and there was another the Pokemon one, the yellow one.
Yeah, and then the one that I don't know anybody that has is the Panasonic one.
Yeah,
the one with the DVD player. Yeah,
but
then Dreamcast had a multiple too. Dreamcast had what? Black,
they had those
gray,
translucent black, colors, white, gray, and a translucent one. I think they if they would have stayed around, they probably would have done more colors.
Yeah, they did a blue one too. But that was like, I think, more of a rare one that you
was
really
super
get.
Rare. I think that one only lasted for like,
because when that
they had one run of that.
Yeah, and that was Japan only, right?
The blue because it was a what's the name of that freaking game? I think it had like the chocobos on, not chocobos, but the chaos.
Oh, the chows.
Yeah, there you go. The little chows on there for the blue one.
Okay, yeah, because I know the black one was the sports edition, because I had that one. I had the 2K sports edition. That was the black one. So So yeah, okay, but yeah, because it got me thinking. Because I was like, dude, the 5th and like everything before 7 gen was fun.
That's the crazy part. It really was.
That's because at that time everybody was just throwing stuff at the wall, see what sticks.
Seeing what stuck, yeah.
But I'm like, it was more creative too, though. So you had like a lot of variety. You had like, and people knew where they had to go to get certain stuff. If you wanted to play Final Fantasy, you had to go to Sony.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play Tales, you had to go to Sony and Nintendo. If you wanted to shoot everything in the face, you had to go to Microsoft. if you wanted to play sports, you kind of had to go Sega.
Yeah,
a little bit because Sega did have Vicarious Visions pretty much all to themselves.
Yeah,
at the time.
Yep.
So yeah, it was
and
one of those.
Then EA got scared and went ahead and fully licensed the NFL.
Yeah, I'm like, and to which I still think the best, most pettiest thing that ever happened was NFL 2K5. Oh, y'all gonna get the license? I bet. Not only are we gonna make a better game to you, we only gonna charge $20 for you, and walked off.
Outsold out. Funny fact here. People still, there are mods to this day updating that game to have current rosters and everything. Like,
oh yeah, it's a new project that's kicking off this year. Because I think someone's trying to do a what is it, like a PC build to it, like a PC build for it, so they can really go heavy with the mods.
Yeah, because I think it recently got decompiled.
Yeah, decompiled. Yep.
Which that was odd because I was like, over 20 years, just not decompiling it for a game that was pretty much.
It was. Honestly, I think it's just a team that's really starting to get into it now.
It was probably far simpler for people to just make mods of the game and just run it through an emulator.
Yeah, because at this point, decompiling has become the popular thing to do. So now you're seeing just very random, obscure games getting decompiled, and it's working. I mean, that's how I've been playing Mystical Ninja. For like, I have a 64, I have the game, but since they decompiled it, I was like, it runs at 60 and is widescreen. That's where I'll be playing it.
Yeah. So
another thing that hit me though is like the people doing the decompiler now are starting to prove my old video series true, and I'm sitting here like all these games that could have came to the Wii U and the 3DS. The companies didn't put on over there. Now people sitting here decompile them, recompile it. I'm like, okay, go on, community, prove me right.
You know what I found funny, because they just posted like because D23 was this weekend, and Disney dropped a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, and they were basically like, oh, Kingdom Hearts just made over this much, and so I'm like, if you would have put the compilation on the Wii U and the Switch, it would have made you would have been at that.
Yeah, they would have been at it.
Oh yeah, a while ago.
So I'm like, y'all stupid. So like, I wouldn't even put that. I wouldn't. That's because
they got themselves locked in on that deal with Sony. That was the stupid thing they did.
Yeah. Because you wound up having to put it on everything any doggone way.
Yep. Which I mean, it's going to benefit them in the long run, but. Yeah, I mean, but to your point with the color consoles, I will say I'll give PlayStation credit. They are still doing like custom consoles, like that Wolverine one.
Yeah, that Wolverine
was crazy. Like I really like, man, if y'all want so much, that Wolverine one is nasty. I like that one.
The yellow and black and the black and silver. The black and silver is tight too. Because I didn't know it was two of them. I thought it was just the one. They're like, no, it's two of them. It's the yellow and black and the black and silver looking one, because they got the claw thing on the front.
Yep. But even like when we look at the leaks for Zelda for the Switch 2, right? I'm like, Nintendo, y'all could have did so much more. Like, like it looks nice. Don't get me wrong. You could have done so much more.
I just want the dock and the doggone controller. I just need the Pro controller.
I want the cartridge to be gold. Actually, I need that and everything to go together. I need all of that.
To go. Yeah.
One thing I think that would save a lot of these companies from, and Sony has started it this generation, and that is simply to have like removable panels.
There you go.
Oh yeah,
just removable panels. Then you don't even have to make more versions of it. You could just let third-party companies do it.
That's what they did in Japan with the handhelds. The handhelds that move place. And then when, of course, people ask Reggie, and we don't even want to get in that anyway. But it's just like, bro, like you got faceplates in one region, bring it to everybody.
Yeah, that only makes sense.
That
just do it everywhere. Save yourself some trouble.
And you already got deals with PHP and Hori and all the other ones. Let them do it. And
Power A,
just let them do it. You already let Power A do most of your special controllers anyway. because you won't do it.
So how would y'all figure they would do it? Let's say for the Switch, right? Like, are we talking just because there's a company that's on Amazon? I always forget their name, but they do a great job on just putting shells on the Switch, and those shells look amazing. They cover the Joy-Con and everything. So would you say shells is the route, silicon is the route, or like, are we talking about, hey, people that are confident enough to unscrew this thing to just put a brand new plate on it too?
Well, my thing is like I did that one time to change out the Joy-Con. I would never do that again because my hands are too big. Well, my hands are too big. Like the stuff is so small in there and my hands are too big. So I'm not doing that again. But they just need to I would just say shell it.
Shell it? Okay.
Be on the safe side for everybody involved, because having to go through and having to unscrew the stuff for the Joy-Con to place everything, and then hopefully you don't take some of that stuff in there, like the ribbons in there are very, very gentle.
Oh yeah.
So it's easy to tear, even if you are very careful. It's easy to tear. So I'm like, nah, man, just do shells if that's the case. I would have thought they would have made it easier for people to do that, but I guess they didn't want people doing it. So that's why they did it the way they did it. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, I think you're right. I mean, putting the shell on there where it just clips on.
Yeah,
it looks nice. Have different material, because I don't want the what do you call it? The real shiny material to be there, to be the only option. Like, make it clip on matte material. Yeah, just make it look real nice, especially when we're talking about, like you mentioned with the new 3DS. When I found my new 3DS, which was way too much money, but anyway, when I found my new 3DS, it just had like a simple gray cover on it. But then when I went to eBay, man, I could buy 10 of them from probably $5 to $10, and they all had different designs. So I ended up getting a Super Nintendo one, and that was super easy. Just take the screws, unscrew it, pop it on there, bam, we good.
Yeah, you good to go. Yeah,
it worked out perfectly, and it looks good too. So yeah, I mean, and we even have now where who is it? I forget the company that now you can cover the face. I mean, cover the buttons up, just sliding some. I think it's like a silicone cover over it, to where if you want different color buttons. I don't know how well they work, so I wouldn't say it's the best of ideas, but definitely if we're talking about clipping stuff on, make sure it's different material. People allow people to create different designs of Nintendo IP, or if you just want to have a different design in general, and then Nintendo actually start making something themselves. Because I can tell you, the last time we got anything customized from them for real,
it's been a minute.
Yeah, because they just, like you said, they just source it out to Power A and let Power A do it.
Which there ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean,
no.
But they don't have. You're not going to get the NFC stuff in there if you using your Amiibo. So, but they'll have everything else like gyro and all of that. They'll have it, but you just ain't going to be able to use the whole shebang and bang for it. So, it's one of those situations where I just thought about it just because I was like, dude, we used to get this stuff up, but then again, gaming was different back then. You had actual people who worked in the industry actually being the CEOs and being the executives, so they actually understood. But now you got venture capitalists and people like that doing where they don't care. It's all about what they getting at the end of the year.
Which it would be to their benefit to just leave it alone. That's the worst part. Just leave it alone.
Andre, I gotta get a yacht that's bigger than Leonardo DiCaprio's. All right, you don't understand it, dude. I'm sick and tired of these senators getting yachts that's comparable to mine. How dare they?
I would not, and I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say completely my thoughts on this because that would get us in a lot of trouble. But I would not want to be particularly in the realm of wanting to worry about being compared to politicians, especially knowing some of the things going on behind the scenes. Rather, at that point, I think I'd take a chill back and be like, hey, just let things roll. Let things roll.
I stand by my statement that my yacht needs to be bigger than Leonardo DiCaprio's. And it should not be comparable.
At that point, why don't you just go ahead and sabotage his yacht so he get a smaller one?
I tried.
It didn't work.
I tried. It didn't work. So, but no, I mean,
security team was on point.
Oh, they were on point. Yeah. No, but I mean, that's the thing. It's like because it's pretty much all about the profit. That's why, like, I used to laugh at Michael Pachter just because I was like, bro, you getting mad, but you part of the problem. Like, like first of all, you supposed to be a securities analyst. That is a massive breach of confidence.
Yep.
Doing what you're doing. So I don't know how you kept your job. I just don't. So because you're basically supposed to be giving
somebody like them.
Yes, you're supposed to be analyzing the stock market stuff for your customers, and you out here doing stuff in the gaming thing that's actually affecting. Okay.
Hey, you let Pachter, all right?
Yeah, whatever. And then on top of that, you're dead wrong. But like, do you enjoy being wrong? I don't. Okay.
Hey, maybe that was how he kept himself in his position. He said stuff that was intentionally wrong.
Intentionally wrong. Yeah. So it's just one of those things. I kind of miss I miss Midway. I miss Acclaim.
Yeah.
I miss like those mid-tier developers. I hated that like the HD era forced them out. But then I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, things happen in cycles. Because I'm sitting here looking at, we're gonna talk about the Wolverine game shortly, but I'm like, that game cost like $200-something million.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There's no way that game did not cost as much as a blockbuster movie, and I'm like, it's not gonna make that money back.
It should not cost that much.
It shouldn't, but it's not gonna make that money back. If Spider-Man 2 cost $300 million, I'm pretty sure this finna cost at least 150, 200, 225.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, yeah. I mean, the only place that they really saved any money is the engine.
Yeah,
and that's about it. That Spider-Man engine, yeah.
And the thing is, you got all these mocap, the actors you got to pay for.
Mocap is pointless as hell at this point.
Yeah, so
like y'all see, like I'm sorry, at this point, motion capture is pointless because you can use keyframe animation and add in ragdoll physics, but bind it to a skeleton so it moves right.
It requires too much work.
Same effect.
Too much work.
Yeah, you're being logical again, Andre.
Too much work.
So,
too much work to save some money.
Yeah,
ain't that something?
Look, man, we told everybody we create cinematic masterpieces here.
There you go. And if they knew we didn't spend a lot of money, then what's the point?
I can't charge them $80 if I don't tell them that
you can still charge your $80. Just don't tell people how you develop it.
I'm about to say, or you could just shut the fuck up and just tell people what you said.
Shush. Just like, hey, look, hey, Sony, look, we gonna cut costs, but we ain't gonna tell nobody we cut the costs. So don't say nothing. Don't say anything.
You just gotta take care of them rumor
bandits. Don't snitch.
Right.
Just don't snitch. And make a high quality game. No one will know the difference at that point.
Nobody will.
Now, if you want to make a little extra money, you could deduct the price a little bit and say, hey, we did this for the fans, because everybody will then jump on your nuts. And
that's the crazy part. That's all you have to say. We're here for the fans. I'm like, all right.
We found a way to cut the cost of development for this game for the fans. You know how quickly that would make people sit there and waste their money?
You don't have to show proof either. You can just
will they though? Will they though? Because like
look in this current environment.
The reason why I asked that is because I've seen it and I've heard it from people, like they try to take pride in the fact that, oh yes, we have the top of the line. This is, I'm like, bro,
but that's not for the fans.
Bro, it's a video game, bro.
That's not for the fans. We did this with the we took the time to make sure that we didn't spend as much money to make this game, so we didn't have to charge you as much for it. That's what we did for the fans.
And add on to it, we did it this way too, so that way we didn't have to do crunch. We didn't have to crunch hours.
We didn't.
So we
didn't have
think
to
about
do
our
crunch.
workers.
Yeah.
So they eat it up. They'll
placate to everybody's sense of
morality
in their what's the word I'm looking for?
Stupidity.
I mean, that's one of them. But I was going to say philanthropic feelings, lean into their philanthropy.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, we did this so we could make sure that we charged you appropriately, and so therefore our workers that we care so much about didn't have to crunch hours and spend time with their families. Buy our game.
And so that we made sure that the game was a complete
yeah.
package when it
Yeah.
released.
Yeah. And just to show you how much we care about you, we're working on DLC right now that we already had prepared for the game.
And say it this way, we didn't start work on the DLC until after the game.
There
launched.
you go.
Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all one question? Can I ask y'all one question? How much did Astrobot sell?
It don't matter. They didn't use none of that marketing. We just
they didn't market anything. They didn't market that. Oh,
they didn't even market that game. So it's just it's a little different.
Astrobot fell into that Game of the Year spot because they knew people was gonna get pissed off for them making the DLC get the Game of the Year.
Yeah,
that's all that happened.
Basically, that's kind of fun. That is kind of funny, but yeah, I mean, if you're gonna market it like that, yeah, but if you spent decades telling your fan base that, you know, we only put out this thing and they've been bragging about it for literal decades, you're like, bro, you kind of box yourself into a corner.
Yeah, they did. And the bad thing is, there has to be someone out there that could drop a console and not follow everything else the industry is doing and make money.
I think it's very possible.
It's very possible. There is room for another person to another company to drop a mainstream console that doesn't require a lot of money up front, that they don't have to have astronomical sales in order to be profitable, and they can still make good games and stuff be high quality.
I mean, the Wii showed that.
Yeah.
To be honest, the Wii showed that because it was like, dude, that did not cost that much to make, and on top of that, they pretty much put belt the ass on Sony and Microsoft.
But I mean, also it goes back to what you said, Jay. You're thinking about getting into analog, right? And then there's also Evercade. They're making money enough for them to continue releasing consoles, and that's not even tapping into anything new. That's just bringing the old to modern.
Yeah,
that is bringing old back, but also making physical relevant.
There you go. So they're playing on two things that are now a big problem. So when you talk about, okay, I never can think of a company that can step into this other than Sega if they wanted to get back in this again, because a lot of businesses
they got the name.
They have the name, but I think a lot of businesses would never want to touch gaming because gaming is all over the place. But if they came in and they let you know, hey, we are even played to the fact that, hey, we're the second option. We're not trying to compete with Sony and Microsoft. We're the second option, and we're just going to create some fun arcade type games similar to like Neo Geo, stuff where we're just not going to charge the astronomical price for what it was at the time. But our whole thing is we're coming in
by Rolls Royce of video games.
Exactly. Like our whole thing is our games, the games we release, and the games we're asking our partners to release may take anywhere to like 4 or 5 hours of your time to complete. And that way we can release more of them. They respect your time. They're fun. They have replayability, and it comes in at a low price point. And we do this. I don't know if they want to go disc or cartridge. I don't know which one will be beneficial, but then also have a digital platform as well. And for those that don't care, but yeah, I think it's doable for sure. It's just, but Sega would be the one because they have the history of arcade at all of them.
So I think Sega could probably do it more easily than most, but it wouldn't have to be Sega.
It wouldn't be. No,
it could be anybody, to be honest, as long as they don't over. Let's put it this way: as long as they don't go to the route of trying to make things the most expensive and develop the console in a smart way versus brute forcing it like everything has been for like the last 3 generations, with the exception of Nintendo. You could build a console in theory that based off of mobile parts.
Yeah.
That could compete with what we have now, as long as you know what you're doing with the engineering.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't cost as much to develop.
Yeah. Yeah, but somebody has to be ballsy to do it. Like Triple M
Well,
said, somebody just got to be ballsy to do
They
it.
got to be ballsy to do it and have the money.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
And they got to stick with it and not like get scared at the first.
Not give up on it immediately.
Yeah,
yeah.
because
And
that's another problem that happens. Like, so a lot of times these companies they give up way too quick because if it don't make $300 billion in 2 weekends, they think they ain't do nothing. Like, bruh, gaming is evergreen. It's supposed to be evergreen.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you come out with, let's say a decent lineup at launch and let it span across a number of genres that can fit that arcade bill. Of course, your shmups, your beat 'em ups, your sports games, your fighters, and you really just find some developers that are honest about it. Like, even go to Capcom. We don't want Street Fighter. Try to see if you can give us something different. But even if you do go the Street Fighter route, let it be like a spin-off thing from the main line. Like, because I mean, they did what Puzzle League for a while. Like, the Puzzle League looked pretty cool to where like you're doing the Tetris thing, but Puzzle Fighter, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I mean, it looks like you're fighting, but you're just doing the puzzle aspect of it. But yeah, if they get into that bag of like, hey, this is a spinoff to where it follows what Guile's doing, I don't know, but it's just like you do something different and it's a solid fighting game, and it's in that idea of arcade, and you even entertain the idea of like, hey, you want to buy a fight stick with this too that controls good with all these games, somebody can do it.
Actually, Super Gem Fighter could use a sequel. Like, they only made one of that game. That could use a sequel, and they use the same sprites as Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah.
So,
when you said that, it made me think of Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
Yeah.
There's too many opportunities when it comes down to what's out on the market, and there's so much space to be filled, especially since so many genres have practically died because of seventh generation and forward.
Yeah.
If someone took the time to reinvigorate those genres, you could make money. And again, you would not have to spend that much because they don't require a lot of money to wow people. They just require good ideas, good coding, and maybe some good artwork.
I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Streets of Rage 4.
And Capcom, we need Final Fight 4 out of y'all. I'm tired of y'all stiffing us on that.
We put it in Street Fighter 6.
No. As much as I like World Tour, no.
That is not Final Fight. No.
Especially since that version of Metro City is a hodgepodge of god daggone everything from Capcom. That ain't Metro City.
That is not Metro City.
That Metro City got parts of San Francisco, the Midwest, Mexico.
I was waiting for I was waiting for one of the Monster Hunter worlds to show up in the way that was going.
I mean, at this point, y'all might as well just drop some Darkstalkers characters in there now. Yeah. Y'all the costumes in fucking Street Fighter 5. Go ahead, throw Morgan, Dimitri, and Felicia in there.
I mean, why not? I mean, you're gonna make money regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, that you are.
Morgan, Dimitri, Felicia, and Donovan. And Wolf Talbane. Put them 5 in there.
But yeah, even with that machine, don't go heavy with the fighters because that's so easy to do. When you talk about like the arcade stick, create all types of genre of games that work best with a fight stick. Because I think that was the one thing I did when I bought my very first one, which was a X arcade stick, the thing that was compatible with darn near everything if you bought all the attachments. But I was always looking for something to play. But everything was like, oh, it works best with fighters. It works best with shmups. I'm like, cool, but I want to use this thing on different types of games, especially when we talk about platformers. I think that'd be awesome just to have that type of controller work with that. But yeah, Sega and even if Neo Geo, because they seem to keep flirting with the idea of coming back too. If they make a console like that, I can guarantee you it'll be successful, especially when you talk about everything's physical. They can win that with that argument 100 times out of 100.
That depends on how far SNK is willing to go with doing those specialized home cartridges, because their stuff was expensive back in the day for 24-bit carts.
I see. We ain't got to do that now. Like I said, just disc, or if you want to go the cartridge route, that's cool.
I don't think that
or
they would
digital.
go disc because of loading and reaction speed.
True.
They would more than likely go cartridge.
Okay. Hey, work with whoever Nintendo got, and y'all make that
No,
happen.
no. Look, I like extra ROM. But we do not need somebody else making them more expensive. We need some competition from another flash type storage developer.
And like we said, this console wouldn't require a lot of horsepower either. So I mean, we're looking for something that's affordable, that is easy to play, pick up and go, and work itself out. So yeah, at the price point of, let's say, what, 300 or 400 at this point.
Yeah. I mean, because we're still in tariff time, so it's just gonna be a little bit a grip at least.
We want to be in tariff time though. We like that. We like all that happening, right? Go figure.
Look,
man, don't make me kick you out of here.
Look, Shadow Fox gets banned from the podcast.
Look, click.
So real quick, so there was a creative voice vid this week for orbitals. How y'all feel about orbitals?
Can't wait. Can't wait.
So I did watch the creative
vid. I like the aesthetic, but I don't know myself yet.
Yeah, I watched the creative vid, and I wanted to ask you guys: do you prefer the creative vid format or the Treehouse Live?
Treehouse.
I like both.
I'd say I prefer Treehouse.
I like the creative vid for like when they did what was that? When they did the retrospective on how they finished Cyberpunk. So I like those kind of videos. I like that kind of behind the scenes, and they show like, hey, we worked with this team to whatever to help port, and we reached back to to the original team to get help and all the other kind of stuff. That kind of stuff I like. So it just depends on what the focus of the video is. Yeah.
Good. 1 second. Hi, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky.
Big Vic.
So,
in the house.
And the only reason why I asked because like they don't do creative voice vids that often.
No, not really.
And they usually only tend to be on like certain games. They don't really do them on a lot of stuff. It's on like games they kind of either A, they are pushing themselves, or B, they just believe in.
I like both formats, but I think I like Treehouse more because you get to see them interacting with the game.
Okay.
Yes.
But
in terms of buying a game, Treehouse, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the only reason why I brought that up is because I don't know if y'all noticed this, but for the past week and a couple days, they just been throwing out Wolverine vids.
Yep.
They've been throwing out Wolverine vids.
You might as well, the way that you introduced it, like Wolverine, here it is, September. I'm like, okay. Like, you gonna get more? Like,
so all right, so I said this when it first came out. I'm like, look, it looks good. It looks it's appropriately violent, but they did this already.
Yeah, they did.
They did it already with
Spider-Man.
No, it was X-Men Origins. It was one in 2011 or 2013 where they had all the dismemberment and all of that stuff, and he wasn't fighting Reavers in that one. He wasn't fighting no cyborgs. Them was humans and Sentinels. He was jacking people up. So I'm like, I've seen this before already. So you're not, and they trying to act like they were reinventing the wheel. Like, no, you're not.
No.
Bro. You're just not. Like, please just talk about your game. Stop acting like you did all this stuff. Like, that's one thing that pissed me off with Last of Us. Oh, writing has never been like this before. Dude, that is The Walking Dead and The Road. If you read books, you know that. Like, you didn't do nothing great, nothing grandstanding. You did.
Listen. We can't let them get all hyped up like the people that wrote Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within that thought that they wrote something amazing.
Yeah. Oh boy, that. So I've been looking at some of the Wolverine stuff. In all honesty, I would much prefer to have an X-Men game, but and it looks all right, but once again, I'm not up with this whole ultra realism. It's a comic book character. I think some of that realism probably gonna take away from it a little bit because I'm like, bruh, I just want to see Wolverine do cool stuff.
That's it.
Like that's it. Like really, I'm like, I want my obligatory Sentinel fight because you got to show him chop down a Sentinel. That's just at this point. Come on, what are we doing?
I think
what are we doing?
I would love to see them do a Sentinel fight, but I want them to do it different than we've seen big body fights be done. Like, look, he's got claws. It's a robot. Why can't he just climb on and just scale the legs all the way up to the head of it?
Yep, go inside, cut some wires. Yeah,
I mean that's what they show in the animation all the time.
Have little, but extended a bit. Had little Sentinel bots inside the Sentinel's body that he got to fight.
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
That require Insomniac to go find Team Eco.
But and the other thing too that I did see, they did show some of the. There was a video where they showed some of the mocap. I'm like, why does this game have mocap?
None of that matters. Again, it's just a comic book.
Again, keyframe animation.
Yeah. Well,
ragdoll physics with a stable skeletal body. And make sure that whatever engine you create or use makes the proportional movements realistic, and you kill the need for mocap and get the same fluidity at a tenth of the cost.
I'd argue against that too, but go ahead, Jay.
Here's the thing. Did y'all play Ultimate Alliance Dark Order?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I got a feeling that game gonna be better than that because that one was better than Avengers.
Yep.
I think they don't get. I'll put it this way: everybody's played Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Everybody's played that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
The comic book art style, the flow of that. You do the same thing the comic books do. You take an exaggerated keyframe. You just go from exaggerated keyframe to exaggerated keyframe. Whatever you do in the middle doesn't matter. As long as you have that superhero landing, and before that, there's an exaggerated jump before the superhero landing. Like whatever you do in between is whatever fun you want to have. Just call a tweener up. Tweener will come in and develop whatever frames in between, and it doesn't matter.
Hell, have Wolverine do a freaking moon to earth jump. He can survive.
There you go.
Let his body get burnt up. Let him land, and then his body reform.
Yeah, I'm some type of way about the whole realism from comic book characters. Anyway, it's not like Stan Lee wouldn't want that.
No, but for some reason, but see, this goes back to that thought that you can't understand or feel anything unless it's live action. I'm like,
X-Men 97 is great. What are we talking about?
Have you ever watched anything by Studio Ghibli? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Look, you ain't got to go to them. Any Japanese anime back in the day, they were emotional as hell.
I'll give you one right now. Since most people don't understand that and will claim that that's too old, Demon Slayer. Watch the Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle, Part 1. Watch that. And I know which part where it's gonna get you at when they do the flashback. Go on and watch it. Go on and watch that movie. Watch it, and I promise you, when you get to that flashback, you're gonna be like, man, this is a book. Kill every last one of them. That's what you're gonna say. That's what you're gonna say.
Hell, pull a Nintendo example. Go ahead and pull the Fire Emblem OVAs and see how bad you feel for Marth when they betrayed him.
What they did to Marth, and I'm like, they did that to him in an episode and a half. They didn't even take full 3 episodes. They're like, nah, you finna get this work now. So, so I'm like, bro, like it goes back to that, like, you can't feel something or understand something unless it's live action. I'm like, no, that's not exactly true. It's just not true.
Jay, I got a YouTube feed full of creators crying while playing Xenoblade.
Yeah,
I don't think you need any of what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You realize how many people I've seen cry over Zelda trailers?
That
dude, I'm like, look, I'm a Zelda head and I don't do all that now, bro. It's not that
I think the closest I ain't gonna lie, I think the closest I came to crying for Zelda was Wind Waker when you get an idea of what Ganondorf went through.
Man, that was sad.
And that was the closest.
I felt sad for Ganon. I was just like,
that's crazy.
This is rough.
And then you realize, like, oh, dude, he ain't all the way wrong. I mean, your methods is jacked up, but he ain't all the way wrong.
In that game, he ain't wrong at all. Honestly, in that game, really. I feel him
because like he went and asked, and they pretty much like, nah, you Gerudo, man. Screw
you're not one of us.
Yeah, that's basically what they said, and you're like, oh, bet, all right.
I feel like that definitely would have been a unanimous Game of the Year awards for that game had it been done in a realistic art style.
Yeah.
Because the story definitely met the moment.
The story was dark as I don't know. That's still like one of the people be talking about how Twilight Princess is dark. Twilight Princess ain't got nothing on Wind Waker. That's not that story. Now when you find out like Ganondorf had went and ripped out the sages' souls out their body, so they technically wasn't dead.
Just rough. They just out here floating.
Yeah.
The souls floating without bodies.
Yeah. So they couldn't pass their ability on because they technically wasn't dead.
Mm-hmm.
But they wasn't alive either.
So somebody mentioned something on Twitter today, and it got me thinking. I'm like, nobody's ever really categorized this way before. Like it was about the same game, about Wolverine, and they're saying like they designed this game for game journalists to like. And I'm like, there's a lot of that. There's been a lot of
sense.
That. Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, why haven't I come up with that as a phrase for like the past decade?
I mean,
I'm just not.
That is spot on. That is spot on.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 was like that.
Yep. They know exactly what they know exactly what the people that want free Xboxes on the bottom of their seat. They know what they want to see when they play a game. So they do that. Makes sense.
Half the time they don't even finish the game.
Nope.
No, they don't. You look at any Xenoblade review, they do not like. Digital Foundry just won't leave Gourmet for some reason. I don't know.
Like, dude, you are in hour 2 of a 98+ hour game, bro. and that's if you trying not to do some of the side quests.
Yep.
So,
man.
Oh, and I know. Little side note. I know that I always laughed and made fun of Ganondorf being Samoan. They actually, that dude does look like a Samoan. They showed the guy they I'm like, bro, this dude look like Roman Reigns' little cousin. I am not lying. I'm not. I'm like, bro, they really. I joked about it. They really did go. Bloodline, they want us. They really.
Well, they heard you. That's what happened. They heard
like,
you talk
bro,
about. That's
they would have.
Let's do that.
Dude look like he's straight out from that NY family tree. I'm like, bro, if he show up at doggone SummerSlam or Survivor Series, if he show up at Survivor Series, I'ma laugh. If he show up at the Royal Rumble next year, I'ma laugh. I'm just gonna laugh.
It's a family business, man.
I'm just saying.
At this point,
but yeah, I want to like Wolverine. I really do, because he is one of my favorite X-Men outside of Storm and Gambit. But I'm just sitting there like, okay, one, to be fair, the Wolverine character is kind of like overexposed a little bit to the point where it's just like, we know what he does. We know what kind of person he is. So yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting because what's Joe's spin going to be on it? Because right now your spin is, he's fighting the Reavers. Yeah, the cyborgs. Yeah, which he's done before. So Sabretooth sent it. Okay, yeah.
We've seen that. But you know the funny thing is, they could do individual games for other characters.
They could.
Like, not just other Marvel characters, but other X-Men characters specifically. Cyclops has never had his own individual game, and he is the definitive main leader for the X-Men team.
That is strange.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not, because he was not liked for
people hated him for the longest time.
Until like X-Men 97 season 1 is when they finally started liking him. They personally
hated him. Personally, I never understood why everybody hated him.
I did. I did.
I know he's got a stuck-up attitude, but he always got
results. He does. Yeah,
he always got results though. So I'm but
it's that and that whole Wolverine gene
and the love triangle.
And I hated how that was wrote. I hated how that was wrote.
Yeah,
because that was just like, bro, that's drama for drama's sake, and that combined with the way. like when Steve Rogers makes a decision, everybody rolls with it because they know he's going to do it for the right reason. When Cyclops make a decision, it's like, I'm making this for the right tactical reason, but I'm gonna be a complete and total asshat about it.
And everybody argues with him about it too.
Like if Steve Rogers say it, everybody be like, even Storm again would be like, all right, yeah, we got to ride with him. Cyclops say it, you'd be like, man, shut your.
Yeah, when Gambit argues with you, because usually he's down for whatever. When he argues with you,
and half the time, half the time Gambit is actually right.
Yeah,
right.
But from a tactical standpoint, you'll be like, nah, Cyclops is right. But they didn't really start writing him good until I want to say post Avengers vs. X-Men when he was Cyclops. That's when they finally started writing him somewhat decent. But
I think they had to, because they have to, like, for legacy reasons and because of what happens in the future, they have to like start him off in a good way.
Yeah.
Because how do you make Alex and I can't forget I don't remember Cable's real name. Nathan. Yeah, you don't pass on. You're not able to hand it off well if he ends up being a villain.
I think you mean Nathan and Hope.
Not respected.
Because Alex is
Hope. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, Alex is the brother.
The brother, yeah. So I think that's why. But to be fair, honestly, I think you could have made a lot of because they don't have to be gigantic games. That's the other problem too. People think they have to be all these gigantic games. No, they don't. Because I wouldn't mind seeing one for Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is actually way more.
Yeah,
Nightcrawler should have had a game to himself.
Yeah, because you can make one. You can actually make one if they use the basis of God Love Man Kills, and just have him against like William Strike and have him going through that. You make a good
make it a stealth. No, I was going to say make it a stealth action game.
You can make it a stealth action game or an action RPG. Either one of them.
I think stealth action works better because Nightcrawler is amazing at stealth, and on top of that, the teleportation.
He's a swashbuckler too. But he's a swashbuckler too. So,
but we can look. I'm not saying
he can have his moments.
Kill the action.
Yeah. He needs a reason to spend time with Mystique. Okay, so a little bit of stealth there.
Yeah,
a little bit of stealth.
But I would say that Storm, because the stuff they've written for Storm the past 3 years have been amazing.
She has not had very many bad comics. I don't think she's had very many bad She's had a good limited series. The other two, past the guy that's doing it now, the previous two weren't good, but that's because I think they had writers that, and I'm not trying to be mean, they don't understand the cultural aspects of the character. And I'll leave it.
Am I remembering this wrong? Didn't her mainline comics?
She's had two. The one from 2010, the one that I think that Greg Land wrote, that died. The one she's had from 2023 or 2024, that's been doing good. That's the one that's the current one that they're doing now. So that one's been going on pretty well. That's why I was like, they could probably do something with her if they wanted to. But you don't have to make like these gigantic open world-ish games. That's another thing too. They need to stop that whole open world. So there's nothing wrong with making a good linear action game.
Linear, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't need the vast majority of stuff to be like, oh, you can go here. It's open world. I'm like, no, dude. I don't mind a 16 to 30 hour game. Actually, yeah. I don't mind that. Like, not everything needs to be in being what you think is going to be a more that can get you more money. That's not. And like I said, it don't need to be super realistic, and it doesn't need to be. If you got a good art style, you're good.
And you don't have to have a bunch of filler either. Like I don't need to do things throughout the world just to make it something to fill out time. Yeah. If I'm coming in here as Wolverine, Storm, Spider-Man, whoever, let me go in here, do missions where I'm saving people, where I'm doing whatever I'm doing to get the game done and go about my business. I don't need to go around and see, okay, I'm gonna get the trophy for high-fiving 5 people. I don't care. Like that's just fluffing the game for no reason.
Bruh, I will die on this hill. That Deadpool game that High Moon Studios made will forever be one of my favorite action games because he called all that mess out.
Oh yeah.
That whole achievement. That's why I'll be laughing when people be talking about we need achievements and trophies in games. No, you don't.
You don't.
You don't. Like, what does it prove? It doesn't prove anything. So yeah,
achievements are already in the game if it's designed well.
If it's designed
well, yeah.
So I mean, it's one of them situations. Now I think about it, I wouldn't mind playing a Psylocke or a Gambit game because Psylocke you could do like Assassin's Creed.
My favorite character.
Yeah, because she a ninja.
Yeah, give me Psylocke all day.
Yeah, and once again, I let Platinum or Team Ninja do it since Team Ninja did the designs for Ultimate Alliance. Let them do it.
Yeah. I think the key issue with Wolverine right now, Insomniac doesn't seem to know how to make a different type of game.
No, they don't.
It's just the same Insomniac formula, and they all look the same. So it's just like
that's sad because Insomniac is my second favorite studio. Santa Monica just, I don't know. To me, they just, especially after
it's too different now.
After they did the switch from jumping Kratos, I'm just some type of way now. Like I don't. They're not up there for me anymore. So it's really it's Sucker Punch and then Insomniac in that order. Sucker Punch to me, they can do no wrong from everything everything that they've created for me on PlayStation platforms has been nothing but stellar. Insomniac hit and misses, but I cannot overstate how much I love Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
That was the potential for them to branch out and make any other type of game from there. And they couldn't. And then after Sony bought them, the rest is history. So
yeah.
What could have been? That's what I'll say at this point. But
as much as I love Sunset Overdrive, they kind of did it to themselves with them trying to go with Call of Duty like that. They probably shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. They probably just shouldn't have did that. I mean, because I think that kind of hurt them a little bit because people got petty about that. And I'm like, dude, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
It was just a joke.
It would have worked if they were going to a Nintendo platform, but
that was the other thing too. They probably should have went Nintendo.
It was a Nintendo game. Like I'm sitting here, I'm on Xbox and I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to press the home button and see Nintendo games next to it. Like it just wasn't happening, and I'm like, this is a Nintendo game, but for whatever reason, Microsoft they wrote the check, so it is what it is. But I feel like it should have got ported or something. Like, and Microsoft being port friendly, definitely should have made that happen.
And who's to say they may not do it? They may do it still. I mean, I don't know. I know
that's a game that could have done well in Japan. I think.
Yes.
Well in Japan on Switch.
But you just can't do well in Japan on Xbox, so it has to be on the Sony or Microsoft platform.
No matter how hard they try, you can't.
That could be the best game on this planet, boy. They ain't touching it.
Nope,
bro. Because they made Tales of Vesperia for them, and they had to put it on PS3 for it to get bought.
Yeah, then they put Blue Dragon on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and Japan was like, nah.
Nope.
Nah, we cool.
Not until you put it on this. We'll watch this anime. But until you put this thing on Sony, we ain't buying.
That's crazy.
That was wild. They were wilding for that. Good anime though.
Yep.
Not a bad anime. But yeah, it's one of those situations. Just like, I mean,
Maya Boyd is gonna be her actress.
Yeah, Maya Boyd is a Storm. Yeah. I would have went Jamie Lanston, but that's just me. But
I if it succeeds, fantastic for Wolverine. Because I know there's people that they love Insomniac for the style that they make, and they're cool with it. To me, like I said, even in my comment for the clip that people were showing with the red line of chasing, I was like, look, games find their ways of transitioning, but at this point, there should be, if I'm going to partake in this chase, give me alternative ways to run him down. But everything is like, it's scripted at this point. So I'm doing all this chasing to where I'm eventually going to run into 2 or 3 enemies. I got to fight off those 2 or 3 enemies. And so it's heavily scripted to where I hate to do the comparison, but when you look at games like Zelda, to where it's so open-ended in the nature of how Andre did it, how Shadow did it, how Jay did it, we may have done something totally different and got different results, but the ending of it was we defeated the enemy. The in-between depended on what we did. right? So when I look at a game like Wolverine or any type of technology that Insomniac and Sony have, it's like, okay, we get it. At some point, these chasing seem cool. I would say back in like the 6th and 7th gen. Then when we start going into like the PS4, PS5 era, everybody wanted to do, let me squeeze between this crack to hide the loading screens.
Oh, gosh,
and it's like
annoying.
everybody picked up the same freaking trend. And I don't, and then even QTEs, we got introduced to QTEs with Shenmue,
yeah.
With Scott.
But,
so
I mean, Shenmue wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but
like God of
but
War,
it was cool then because we hadn't seen it at that point in time. So it's like now we need to evolve past QTEs because it's like, at what point, what's the purpose of me pressing this button? To keep my attention? Because essentially that's what you're doing. Because I've had to start over on cutscenes because I like saw a cutscene, walked away to go make something to eat, and it's like, oh, you died. I'm like, what happened? Oh, you were supposed to press a button. I'm like, all right, man. Like, so I gotta sit here until I can pause. Like, all right.
Yeah, that's poor design too. Because I've been through 1 or 2 games like that where it's like you said, it starts off as a cutscene and people are talking and stuff like that, and then like 2 minutes into that, like now we want they're like hand the controller back to you. And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's so silly.
It's stop giving me these long cutscenes and then expect me to interact.
Right, because you want me to sit still and then just instantly jump in out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm not paying attention. Like at this point, if I'm playing on Switch, my screen went dark. And like if I'm just like the controller shut off on my PlayStation, like it's taking too long. But that's where I feel like we should have been by this time. Like QTEs were cute back in the day. The way we hide loading screens is cute, and then even these chasings.
I know people were complaining about the chasing, but I'm like, bro, y'all do realize he has heightened senses, and there's the only way you can actually showcase that is with certain aspects like that. Because like I think one of the better ways they did it was X2, the one where they took his healing factor in that game. So the majority of the game you're working with like a lessened healing factor, so you had to go into different modes for his senses. I'm like, yeah. So if you're mad about the red line, how do you expect them to actually do? He's using his animal senses. Y'all
that part I didn't.
Right?
That part I'm not worried about. That because I get people know the. Oh yeah,
people were complaining about it. Like that's hand holding. No, that's not. That's the character.
That's the character. Yeah.
The problem is that people don't understand the characters that they say they're fans of.
Yeah. Correct. Oh, dude, trust me, I understand that because there are people who will sit up here and argue with me down about Deadpool and Wolverine, and I'm like, bro, do you not understand the Deadpool character? Oh, it's just like wasn't a good movie. I'm like, to who? Like that's exactly what the character is. Have you read the comic? Like, he never shuts up.
I think that's the discrepancy between these movies
with a mouth.
Yeah.
That's the issue with the movie versus the comic, right? The movie is trying to make it appealing. That's where most people get introduced, and then the comics are like, "Hey, no, we're telling you who the character is. It's where it was born." And then you got 2 different fans fighting against each other of what's the real lore or the attitude or dealing of the character.
Because I'm sitting with him like he's. Whether you like Ryan Reynolds or not, he's about him and Wesley Snipes are the only 2 people, and Hugh Jackman are the only 3 people that got their characters completely right.
Oh yeah, for sure,
completely. And I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I'm like,
that's because I mean, when you're a fan and you're a dedicated fan to the point where all you espouse is perfection of whatever that character's supposed to be, then you'll get there.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't think Olivia Munn was that great, but she was at least a fan of the character where she had to give notes back to the director.
Because the director didn't know what. I'm not gonna say it.
They didn't know what they was. Look, I'll say it. He ain't know what he was doing sideline.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing with none of them characters.
These are also the same directors that were willing to bypass any of the characters' information, say, hey, don't read the comic books.
Yeah.
Don't look at the media that exists for them so you can get a feel for who they are. No, you're going to play them the way we wrote them based upon how we feel they should be, even though we know nothing about them.
And I'm not saying you got to be a perfectionist, right? But I'm like, if that's your job, if you're assigned that character, you should know it. Like
You should know something. You should research.
I'm not the perfect fan. I just found out what Misty Knight's real name is for the first time. I never bothered to pay attention to it, and I just found out now looking up Storm's actress name, and I came across Misty Knight. Like that kind of stuff. Like most of fans don't know, so it's due diligence for you if you're planning to make money off of a property that you do that same due diligence, so you introduce people. And don't make mistakes, because like now you got fans watching these movies or watching these shows and stuff, and they don't even know anything of what's going on in the original source material. And I know there's creative disparities and stuff like that. And you can just say, well, I want to do this. That's cool, but you don't deny who somebody is, right? Like, why would you?
Yeah. That's why I give John Bernthal major props, because he read all this stuff for Punisher. He read the whole thing from Frank Castle. That's why, like, it was funny when they started asking him stuff. He was like, "Nah, he wouldn't do that." He's like, "Y'all don't know this character. Like, you don't know this dude. He has issues. He's not. Frank Castle's not a good guy.
No,
like by any stretch of the imagination. Now, does he work with heroes from time to time? Yes." Because like in Spider-Man Brand New Day, people are mad about that. But I'm like, bro, when he's with Spider-Man, yes, they're going back and forth like that because it's big brother, little brother.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Like if you've read any of the, yes, they showed them fighting. But most of the time when they're working together, it's big brother, little brother. Frank Castle, big brother, Peter Parker's little brother. That's how their relationship goes. When Frank is with Deadpool, it's murder. But it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Frank isn't a good guy, but he does have morals.
Yeah, he does have morals.
Right. Yeah, I think we talked about this off the podcast before, but it just confuses me when I see those decals on the back of pickup trucks.
Yeah, you know, you don't know.
He doesn't. I wouldn't put that next to a cop logo at all.
Yeah. I'll put it this way: most of the people that deem themselves fans of Frank Castle would be Frank Castle victims.
Yes, they would.
They would.
Yeah, because I'm just like, but I understand that, but at the same time, I'm just like a lot of people, they don't understand. Like, there's a lot of people don't understand anything about Luke Cage or T'Challa. There's people that don't understand Storm.
They definitely don't.
They don't understand Storm. They don't. And boy, the whole thing with T'Challa and Shuri, that was on full display in Wakanda Forever, because I'm like, y'all don't understand nothing about this character at all. Y'all don't understand M'Baku. Y'all don't understand none of them. So I'm just sitting there like, as a comic book fan who's been reading for years, I'm like, bro, I ain't got time to go through all of this with y'all. Like, pick up a book. We live in the information age. You can easily go look that stuff up.
They don't even have to pick up a book. Marvel has an app that tells you
everything, and they won't read it. But they'll sit up and argue you down and tell you why this character ain't. I'm like, you don't even know the character what I'm talking about. You have no idea. So
do I need to go there and having discussions with people that actually think Wakanda is on Google Maps?
Oh, geez, that was so hilarious. That was so hilarious. Jeez, that was hilarious.
I was like, y'all do realize that Wakanda is a made-up location.
And
even if it wasn't a made-up location, don't you think they don't want to be found? So they won't be on Google Maps.
They won't.
So somebody get their location, and that location is being burnt out or whatever system is in.
Now, if they wanted to, they could make a pretty decent. And I would probably let it has to be the action game studio that do it. I would never let Arcane get nowhere near this. But if they want like a Black Panther, because there's a lot of stuff with T'Challa that you can do. I would either let.
Man, screw it.
Screw it. I'll let a Japanese studio do it. Either Team Ninja or Platinum.
Oh yeah.
Hell, you wouldn't even have to stick to T'Challa. You could his ancestors from the the Avengers, not the Avengers.
You can do White Wolf.
The one that Steve Rogers ran into. That's the one thing I hate.
No, not him. The one well before that. The dude that was using the stones. I can't remember his name. From Avengers 1 something BC.
That's Bast. You're talking about Bast.
No, Bast is the Panther goddess.
This other one is it's Bast and Sekhmet.
Yeah,
because
I think that's who it is.
Yeah, because that's when they had Ghost Rider on a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, Ghost Rider was on a woolly mammoth. You had Odin banging the Phoenix. But
yeah, that was I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Like that one caught me completely off guard. I'm like, he did what? Like, yeah.
He got the essence of life pregnant.
Yeah.
The essence of life.
She put it on him too, because his nose wide open. Oh, his nose wide open, bro. And then the second Iron Fist, the one that actually beat the Phoenix, she was on the team. So I was like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. But like, if you want, you could make an action game based off that. Like, not what they did in that Avengers game. Not what they did in that. But like a true like action game. Like you can do that, and I think it can work, but you'd have to have like a studio that's known for action. I'd put it like that.
So what was it, Bash or was it Azuri? Which one was it?
Azuri's the great grandfather. That's that's the dude that that Steve Rogers was trying to help. And got stomped out. Got stomped out.
Good luck.
Yeah.
To be fair,
that's why
that was also a more inexperienced Steve.
Yeah.
To be fair,
he thought he was. He really thought he was.
He thought he was hot shit, but he wasn't.
No. He thought he was actually helping. He was trying to help them because he thought that Red Skull and a lot of them was about to go into, because they was already trying to get into Africa. So he think he's trying to help, and like he didn't understand that, like, bruh, this ain't what you want. Don't worry about it. He ain't coming here. I promise you, he ain't. So that's why one of the things I didn't like about the Marvel stuff was like, why didn't y'all? He should have known. Steve should have known about the Black Panther, not Wakanda, but the Black Panther, because he already got stomped out by one. So
yeah.
that memory should look. Nah, he forgot. He forgot.
Yeah,
he forgot that happened.
Yeah.
So that's odd to me, because you figure that Stark Industries knows about this because they've been following, or they've been aware of the material there for a while. So
they know about it, but Howard was never going to betray it because they gave him a little bit of it for sure. Howard wasn't going to betray it. And like Tony is too arrogant, because Tony's like, no, I could build stuff of my own. I don't need them.
And he wasn't going to tell them about what the shield was helping him with, or how it was helping him.
Yeah, basically. So there's that. And I wonder what happened in the 1943 game. Because they have not talked about it since they did that second trailer.
Look, that game went into indefinite delay.
Because isn't that the same team that did Guardians of the Galaxy and
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, because look, the first trailer looked cool, like with him in 1943.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets up with Azuri. I'm like, yeah, bro, and they gave him the cape. I'm like, that. All right, that's the cape was rocking. The cape was nice. The cape was nice. But I was in there like, yeah, haven't heard anything about this game since. And that was, I think, the second trailer they did was that Gamescom 3 years ago?
Might have been.
Jesus,
I'm not remembering.
They got some night in this one, ain't they?
They said this is gonna let it fade into.
They're gonna let it fade out.
Nobody's gonna know.
That's why I was like, man, can we really stop with with all this ultra realism, because it's not working.
I would really like for them to go back and do a more comic book aesthetic for comic book games.
Yeah, like I can understand why you want a certain level of realism with Call of Duty and a certain level of realism with your sports games, because with sports games you're trying to be your favorite team. I get that. Call of Duty is supposed to be anything with Tom Clancy, and Call of Duty is supposed to be kind of like realistic, real world, real life stuff. But like once you start getting to like superhero stuff, can we stop with the ultra realism, please?
Or at least art style.
Yeah, just go back to cool art styles and stuff, because there's a lot of cool art styles you can do with stuff, and it probably make your game cheaper. Spider-Man.
Oh, it definitely would.
Spider-Man.
We don't do broke things, Jay. We overspend.
No,
I guess
we don't do broke things. We go broke doing things.
We go broke doing those things.
Yeah.
So,
oh man,
That's a T-shirt quote. That has to be.
That really is,
I just want some of these. I want some of these licenses to stop just be given to certain developers. Like we used to get quite a few different Spider-Man games. It's
Konami had one. Capcom had one.
Yeah, let everybody swing for the fences to see who makes the best game. It is what it is.
Well, and then Sony is hugging that license.
I think Sony's about to lose it though. Yeah, but Sony's about to. I think Sony's about to lose it.
Yeah, they definitely going to lose it. They're not making any money.
They're not making money, and Marvel is about to be like, because I think that contract they just had an extension, and that thing's up in 2027,
which is not very long.
No, it's not very long. So, because I think that's why Marvel Studios is trying to bring Miles in.
Okay.
Because they have Miles so I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I see what's going on here. So yeah. Because I really do. I don't know why Sony thought it was a good idea to try to do the Sinister Six as 6 individual movies. I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea.
It literally called the Sinister Six.
Yeah, like they should have just been in one movie.
Just do it together.
And if the actor that you helped cast says, "Hey, I'll do it," so it'll make sense, and you say no, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You deserve to be fired. I mean, because if you watch Venom and then you go and watch any of the Spider-Man movies, it's clear who had the superior writing.
Mm-hmm. I just like the awareness of both franchises back to back like that. I like the awareness of, hey, they're doing that dumb thing over there, but we're aware of it and we're showing you in this cutscene here, and we're just looking over there what they're doing.
Jeez, man.
We're telling you we know what they're doing too.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're not going to interact with them at all.
At all.
So 1943, I'll go ahead and tell you what I think happened. You took a film company and promised that you could make a game. You got the money and you're like, we can't make a game. And then you partner with Deep Silver, and basically the development got restarted probably at the end of 2024.
More than likely.
And that's kind of why they pushed it back to 2027. So if it's gonna make a release date in 2027, it would be because of that. I think it's probably gonna be another year because they're probably just getting around to the final push of the game, and being able to feel stuff out and actually test. So yeah, that's weird.
So do you put it on everything or do you just leave it on something? Because to me, I'm like, at this point, just put it on everything.
You should put it on everything. Like you unveiled this at D23 like 4 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. So the whole point is this is a Disney property now. Why there's zero reason for you unless Sony has a deal, which they don't with the Marvel franchise as a whole. They do with Spider-Man, and they can do onesie and twosies like they do with Wolverine. But the Avengers, which is, that's what Hydra is the beginning of how the Avengers are going to originally assemble. No, that goes everywhere. Why don't you make all the money? Doesn't make any sense. And Sony isn't paying for it. So, I mean, they may have done they might have helped with some reviews, but Disney pushed this. Mm-hmm. They got the check. Yeah. They have the check.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So.
Just be honest with your budgets, and so when you go back to Disney's execs, you tell them where you're short, and go from there. They have the money. It's $1 trillion.
Yeah, they got the money. I hate when they try to act like they broke. Like, really?
Yeah,
I hate when they try to act like they broke. I'm like,
company. They're about to add like 9 more parks to theme parks. They got the money.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I laughed when it was like, oh yeah, we got to cut back on some of these movies. I'm like, bruh. Y'all having 4 bad movies, and now remember, their version of bad movie is it didn't make $1 billion. They only spent like 150 to 200 million. If they make 300, 400 million, they're in a profit. But to them, they didn't make $1 billion, so it's bad. They didn't make
enough profit.
Yeah. J2, my under over. I'm gonna say for Cage 4, I'm gonna say either October or November next year.
It's coming out next year for sure.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say October, November. That's probably gonna be the holiday game. The only reason why I don't think it's gonna be above that is because I think Final Fantasy 7 is gonna be. They've already trying to tap that for spring.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I forgot.
I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is gonna be the holiday game.
I would peg it like if it's gonna be November, I'd say it's probably gonna be like the last week of November.
Because it's gonna be before October. It's gonna be before the Game Awards, so they're gonna give it enough time for
maybe
second week in November.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's either gonna be the end of October or early November. It's gonna be before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I feel like September, October time frame for sure.
Because you get benefit from Black Friday, you get exposure to Game Awards, all that.
And the only reason why I'm saying that now, I wouldn't be saying this if Final Fantasy 7, the last Final Fantasy 7 game, if they didn't say that was going to be spring, I'd be saying flip flop. But because they said that spring, I'm like, and they already said it's going to be spring, so I'm like, that's going to be the holiday game for Square. For Square Enix, that's going to be the holiday game. I'm pretty sure they got another HD 2D game or some other remake coming out next year. It's probably going to be HD 2D, and that's going to be in the summer. But Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to be either 12. I'm betting it's going to be holiday.
And it's looking solid too, so it definitely can stand in the holidays for sure if they put it there. Winds and Waves is gonna be nasty for them to go up against though.
All I want is the Final Fantasy characters to come back.
That's not happening.
I mean, with the design that they set up, you kind of could. You could definitely do Advent Children within that.
Yeah, if you're going, just do 7 then. If you don't like nobody else, do 7. Then.
Just bring the 7 people back.
They're definitely not going to bring Squall back.
Which I wish they would bring Squall back, because Squall to me, I'm
sorry,
somebody
Leon.
They're not going to bring back Leon. I'm sorry.
No, you said it right. His name's Squall.
Yeah, I'm about to say he must piss somebody off to Squall.
I hated them
get
when
no
I played
love.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Hey, Leon. This man's name is Squall.
And he was dope in 2, man. I'm like, dude, he was off the chain in 2. That's why I'm like, 2 is still my favorite. Out of all 35,000 games they made, 2 is still my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, hands down, still my favorite. So yeah, I'd say holiday. And Winds and Waves, that's for
yeah, around the same time.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to. Then they just got to go at them. It is what it is.
I wouldn't if I want because let's be honest. I think Kingdom Hearts has the best chance of succeeding on the Switch too, if it runs properly. And you don't want to compete with Pokemon.
You don't, but you do. Are you gonna have a choice?
In September and call it a day. Like just release it September, October. Give it time to breathe. Call it a day.
At this point, it's out of Nintendo hands.
Yeah, it is.
They only own 33%.
Yeah, it's like, look, we can't move it. We ain't touching it. That game was probably supposed to come out this year, so we already pushed it once.
Yeah.
So
and
do what you gotta do.
To be fair, Pokemon coming probably like, so whose sales we biting into this year? Is it gonna be Call of Duty, or is it gonna be whose sales are we biting into this year?
Because they don't care.
Because you're gonna buy both of these games. Because your kid's gonna make you buy both of these games.
Yeah.
And then your wife gonna make you buy both of these games. So you're buying 3. So don't test my gangster.
You buying 3 copies off rip.
Because this is the one thing that Square will have. There will be a lot of loud noise the moment we get the price for Winds and Waves.
Yeah.
Once people figure out, okay, these are both $80 games, and then $150 if you buy them in a bundle. And then, that's where the noise is gonna come from. But then they'll turn around and buy the bigger bundle. But nonetheless,
not to mention the Switch, the Switch 2
edition
console for it let it be OLED. Let it be OLED.
No. This is where Nintendo's gonna drop the Switch 2 Lite. right there.
Switch to Lite for 400.
And actually,
that'd be nasty.
I did do
nasty
my Switch 2. I did do my Switch 2 premium short video. I should do a Switch 2 Lite short for how they could do it and make it affordable, because that would sell so quickly.
Bruh.
But see, and that's the thing that, and I don't know if this is just gamers in general, but most people are like, oh, it doesn't make sense to have like a Switch and a Switch Lite. When you bought both of them, you're like, yeah, there's a reason to have a Switch and a Switch Lite. While the Switch is portable, one just feels better portable. It it just felt better, even though it didn't have the ergonomics. It just felt better in your hands. And I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with this one. But I'm curious if they go, the Switch 2 Lite is the same size as the Switch, or if they really do just kind of make it slightly bigger than the Switch Lite.
It's probably going to be the same size. It's going to be somewhere between the range of the Switch Lite and the Switch. I don't think it's going to be as big as the Switch, but I don't think it'll be as small as the Lite.
It's going to win.
They have to have a way to cool it.
Yeah,
it's going to win because it'll have a D-pad. That's all that matters.
There you go.
It'll have a D-pad and it won't have the detachable Joy-Con. That's it. It'll be one thing to slide out of a bag, and that's it.
Yep, and then here come D-Brand and Zen Grip making all these accessories for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I be looking at the Pokemon company. I'm like, I see what y'all be doing. Y'all be getting people on these accessories. Oh, and don't forget, we're gonna have 3 plushies for y'all to buy too. So
for sure.
Please buy 5 copies of this game and all 3 plushies.
See what they're gonna do. They're not gonna do 3 plushies this time. They're gonna do 6, because you're gonna have the 3 base starters, and then you have 3 shiny starters.
Oh yeah.
Are they gonna Yoshi it up and make them amiibos too?
Dude, yeah.
At least the starters and the legends.
And y'all just claim that y'all ain't gonna buy another amiibo. Okay, right.
I'm not buying it.
That's my whole background.
If DK didn't get bought, I ain't buying another one. No.
Y'all gotta stop me from collecting Street Fighter amiibo. I can't. I'm gonna buy them all.
Dude, every time I say I'm done, they release one that I want, because I said I was done. Metroid Prime 4. Okay, I got them. And if they drop some for Legend of Zelda,
it's too late.
This is how I know I'm exposed, right? Look, I have this thing, okay? Like, I still have this.
Too, yeah.
Wow.
I'm still rocking this. Like,
I have it too.
I'm gonna get the amiibo. I'm gonna.
Yeah. The only reason why I bought that is because I wanted that R-Wing.
Yep.
I've never used it. I never put the Joy-Cons in there. I never used that.
That's crazy.
I did. It was cool, and you get the weapon. You put the weapon on there, and it shows up in the game.
I ain't even care about all that.
But that's the crazy thing. The game feels different when you use that. It adds another aesthetic to it. But because even I have it digital, and I was like, I like it better when you just piece everything together. It just felt better that way.
Man, I have it on my workbench.
Sitting there.
I have not played that. I have not used that mortgage for its intended purpose. I just want the R-Wing. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to nobody. I just want the R-Wing.
The bad thing is that game could come back. It's just at this point I know people might say I'm being a fanboy saying this, but it's sold best on the Switch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do not put it anywhere else. Put it on Switch 2, call it a day. Leave it.
The other thing,
save your money.
The other thing too that I think hurt that was that the Ubisoft, they acted like they didn't want to put it nowhere else.
Yeah.
That's true.
They acted like they didn't want to put it nowhere. It was one of them situations where it's kind of like with Rayman, where they was like, "No, we made it for this." Well, no, we talked to got to put it everywhere else too. Like that ain't what you told us. So, because that's what they were.
Hey, that wasn't part of the play. That's not my job. That's your job now.
That's your job. So, and the only thing I didn't like about the game was everything got repetitive. I wish the missions were just unique, but then it would have only been like a 10-hour game.
But that's the straightforward situation. And like you said,
I prefer straightforward.
Ubisoft is not a new company, but that's a new IP. Get that new IP out the way first, and then you go and do your little fun 30, 40-hour situation.
Yeah, they should have just made it so people could see what it was, and they just because I got bored like the 3rd or 4th playing it, because I'm like, I just did all this stuff already. Why am I doing the same missions every time I go to? I'm like, this is boring.
But you did play the Star Wolf missions though, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was cool, but I'm like, at that point, I was just tired. Yeah. At that point, I was just tired. I was like,
because you're doing all that managing on the planet before you,
and I was just like, dude, I thought this was gonna be a unique experience, and it's really not. It's just the same thing every planet you go to.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, that was boring to me. So
I think the problem was since they were trying to pad it, some of those missions may have been for specific planets, but because they decided they were going to pad it, they just cloned missions back and forward. It was like, you should have left some unique missions.
That's not the first time I've seen it. I've seen that in like multi-world MMOs too. Like they, you could tell they were kind of like trying to add extra content.
Yeah.
And there was no way to really fill it out because they would have to like rewrite the game or something like that for the all that content. So they basically they had to clone it across multiple planets so nobody felt left out if you signed in on a different server. So you had like kind of like the same mission, but it came from a different NPC and the words are changed up a little bit, but you kind of did the same thing. That stuff is existed before. It's just tough to nail down, especially with crunch time and stuff like that. You got to plan that from the beginning, and if you don't, then we'll be able to tell as gamers.
I think the one of the things that could have helped Starlink would have been to not have everything be in the ship.
Yeah.
Because you got these vast planets and you got locations where you are basically stopping at. Some on-foot missions would have been a nice way to break up some of the flow for you to actually play the game.
And that's why it should have been Star Fox Adventures on Dinosaur Planet 2. Retro, get on it. All right. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you, everybody in chat, for showing up and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Jack, anything you want to pimp out?
No, nothing really, man. Just Nintendo, we need some superhero love. If nobody's going to touch them, get Hulk. I mean, the last time we had a Hulk game was GameCube, and
and that game was off the chain.
Yeah,
that was Ultimate Destruction.
Ultimate Destruction, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, go get some love there. Also, Deadpool. If I got a feeling it's gonna go the same way that a lot of these VR games are going. If you haven't noticed, a lot of VR games are getting console ports. So you had like Moss and Moss 2, Maestro just released their demo this past week. This is where they have to get their money. Arizona Sunshine 1 and 2 are coming up. They got to eat because Quest 3, while it was there, it was exclusive. It didn't do well. So that's what they're getting ready to do. And I'm hoping with Deadpool being an exclusive on Quest 3, that then gets a console port for sure. Yeah, so that way it can get some shine, as well as the Batman game, even though I don't think it will work as well because it was the cool portion of being inside of the mask and doing all the stuff that Batman did. There's a lot.
Give it Virtual Boy support. Fine.
Yeah, there you go. Either way, whatever you do, definitely, I think that needs some love. And then the one final thing, I'm gonna see if I can record, and I'm pretty sure I can. But I fell into the trap of getting one of those video capture cards that can plug into my Quest 3, so I can play my Switch 2 games on like a 120-inch screen in my Quest 3. It's freaking cool. I mean, it's a lot going on wire-wise, but ultimately it's freaking amazing. And then with everything plugged up, your Quest stays charged. Of course, your Switch is in the dock, so it stays charged. So that way you can sit there and just play it forever if you wanted to, and then have. Like, I think I was playing Bakaru the other day, trying to figure out how to find like one of the collectibles in the game. Pulled up the browser right here on the side, searched it real quick with my fingers, and then hit play. Okay, that's where it is. Bam, and then right there on the same screen, it was pretty dope. So I will see if I can record in that, because I know a lot of things drop when you start recording inside of the Quest 3 sometimes. But I'll give it a shot and see, and then if I can, then I'll post it on the channel.
Okay, all right, Andre.
I mean, I haven't been making any videos, but I've had several ideas sitting in my head, so I'm just go ahead and knock a bunch of them out, like the whole Switch 2 Lite thing. I should have done that right after we got the announcement of how many units they cleared, but I mean, it's not that far apart. So right. I'll do that and throw some videos together.
All right, Shadow.
Yeah, so if you follow the channel, some of y'all in the chat right now, y'all saw me on the podcast last week with the Nintendo Bite podcast or whatever. She actually saw me get on a podcast with Super Metal Dave, believe it or not. We talked about video game specs and stuff like that, so that was cool. Little long podcast. I think people was falling asleep by the end of it, but now check it out. It was pretty good, especially towards the beginning to middle part. So I would say give that a spin for a minute. I have a video queuing up literally right now, so I'll upload that at some point. I've been promising to do this for the longest time, and it ends up being like one video after another that just sit in Final Cut. But I definitely will upload something, so you'll see it pretty soon, and that's pretty much it. Play games, have fun, to impress other people.
All right. Not too much for me. I do need to do some live streaming, but I just haven't figured out how I want to do it yet. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm probably gonna go back to my usual Saturdays, but with football season starting back, I'm probably gonna have to do it during the week. So, but I'll let y'all guys know. So, but thank you guys. We will see you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, people.
There you go.
Peace.